Hi guys, welcome back. I just wanted to today go through and do a full mani and just show you guys my process for how I'm going to do that. I've already prepped my nails. My nails have clear dip powder on them and then a layer of gel top coat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a thin coat of peel base, and then once that dries I will go in and start doing my mani. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use these two colors. The solid is called Juno, it's from Ritzy Dips, and then the glitter is called Pink Diamonds, and that's from Bad Kitty Dips. So we'll do this combination and see how it works out. Okay, so the first thing, like I said, is I'm going to take my peel base and I'm going to put this on. So I just like to work with thin layers here. You don't need a lot, just kind of coat the nail. I find over the clear, just one coat of the peel base is enough that it won't just pop off on me, but that it will come off easily when I'm ready to take it off. Alright, so then I'm just going to let this dry, and then once it's dry I will start with my mani. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my dip base. And then I'm just going to start with a solid color first. Just that color I was talking about, this purple color. And if I'm working with glitter, dips, and solids, depending on what I'm doing, I'll try and do the solid first, just so that way it's less likely that's going to get contaminated with the glitter. So that's what I'm going to try to do here, do most of the solid color first before I get working with the glitter. So with these dip liquids, I'm going to try to do my best not to flood my cuticles here. So I'll just usually try to paint the liquid on, and then when I get close to the cuticle, I'm just going to fan the brush out. Again, so I'm not getting too much of that too close to the cuticle. Once I have that on, onto the powder here, I'm going to try and lay my nails flat in here as I can versus dipping it in. I just find that to be better in regards to having any bulkiness or areas where it's more concentrated. So I'm going to leave that one and then do another nail, and then I'll brush them both off after. So the next one I'm going to do, now that I did that, I can brush off this first nail here. And there are some uneven areas with the powder, but I can get rid of that once I do my buffing. So do my thumb in the solid color too. Try a different method with this one, just I want to see. I'm going to try and pour this powder over. I feel like with this powder worked a little bit better pouring it over. Just kind of depends on what it is. I think this is a little bit thicker, so when I poured it over, didn't get as many of those bumps in there. Okay, so now that I've done that though, I'll make sure I'm going to brush this off. I'm actually going to use a more stiff brush too, just to make sure I got all the excess powder off, now that it's more dry. And then I'm going to go in and do another layer here. Now since I think I'm going to need to do some buffing with these, I'm probably going to actually go over this with a clear, so that way I don't buff out any of the color. Alright, so then once this is all dry, I'm going to activate these, and then I'll do my buffing for these and the top coat, and then I'll start doing my glitter for my other fingers. Okay, so now that I'm done with the clear, I'm going to use my activator and activate these. Okay, now I'm going to start the buffing process for these. I have buffing blocks I'll use sometimes, or I'll just use a file like this also have my glass files that I'll use for shaping too. If I'm doing more buffing, I'll tend to use these files. Okay, now that I'm done buffing those, you can see how much more smooth the layers are. The only other thing I wanted to do though is I want to just try and fix my shaping a little bit. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and use my glass file. So I really like to use the glass file for doing some of the shaping more than the other type of file. So I'm doing my shaping and I just gonna go back and forth from one side to the other, and then I'll go across the top. And then I'll just kind of look at it and see if I feel like there's any uneven areas, or if that, the area across the top isn't flat. Okay, once I'm happy with that, then I will go with my top coat. So for this, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my gel liquids. I like to do the gel top coat sometimes just because I really like the extra shininess. Sort of depends, I don't know, I kind of go back and forth. I'll do the gel or I'll do the dip top coat, but right now what I'm doing is gel base first, and I like to do that if I do the gel liquids over top of my dip powder, just because it'll help prevent the top coat from peeling off. You could skip this, but like I said, then you might run into that issue where the top coat could peel. You can see once I start painting this on how pretty that purple color looks. So same thing here with these liquids. I'm just trying to do really thin layers. Not flood the cuticle area. Fan out my brush as I get closer. Cure this in my light, and then I'll do the gel top coat. Okay, now that I have the gel base on, I'm going to go in with my gel top coat. Also using the Pampered Pretties top coat here. And I can see I finished up the purple. This does have one little sparkle in it, which I knew I saw that on there, but honestly it's fine because I'm gonna do the glitter ombre with these anyways, so I was okay with just leaving that there, but normally I would have tried to buff that out more. Anyways, you can just see how nice and smooth the layers are now, shiny there from the top coat. And just again, people say to like trust the process, because when I first did this it was kind of more clumpy and there was more ridges and everything, but I buffed all of those out and it turned out nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the glitter. And for that, like I said, I'm using this color. It's called Pink Diamonds from Bad Kitty Dips. This is like a chunkier glitter. You're going to see there's lots of different glitter pieces in it. There's some diamond shaped pieces and different size circular pieces. And so I already have the peel base on these two nails. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my dip base. And then for the first layer here, I'm just going to pour the glitter over. If I'm with the chunkier glitters, I like to pour the first layer, and then like this one I could have not made really real huge pieces in it, but if I was working with like especially ones with a lot of bigger pieces, I'd definitely like to do that first, so that the bigger pieces sort of don't come on the first layer and then I can place them later. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and pour it over, and then go around with my wood stick around the edges. And then you can either use your finger to pat down the glitter pieces. Put a baggie on it just to protect from getting like the glue on your finger. I do that sometimes, but or I also have a glitter press too that I can use, but right now I'm just gonna do it this way. So I'm just trying to pat down the pieces so that there's no jagged edges and trying to get it a little bit more smooth. It's okay if the coverage isn't completely there right now because we're gonna do another layer, so there's some glitter pieces look on my cuticle. You can kind of see how that came together. But see how there's these diamond pieces in here. I'd like to have more variety of those around, so on my second dip, depending on where those land, I might add a couple extra pieces. Alright, so I'm going to do my pinky finger next. And then the other thing I was going to do is do ombre on this finger. So if I'm going to do an ombre, sometimes I will do the gel liquid just because I have more capability of moving pieces around. But I'll show you for this just so you can see if you want to use the dip liquids, how we would go about doing that. I'm just going to paint the base on maybe about 3/4 of this nail. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffier brush. I'm just going to pick up some glitter pieces of that. And then I'm going to try to tap it on. More concentration towards this outer edge. I did that. Wipe off the edge here, since there's no glitter pieces stuck in the edge. And I'm just gonna move a couple pieces around here just to give more of that ombre effect. Then I think I'm going to add a couple extra pieces. What I can do with that is just put a little base on this wood stick and just add in some extra pieces as I feel like I need to. Okay, you can kind of see how that ombre turned out there. Thick around that one edge, and then it sort of tapers off. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do my second dip of these two. So for that one, I'm just going to lay my finger flat in the powder. Here, just gonna press it down. So it's gonna look a little crazy at first, but I'll take some glitter pieces off the edge. And then again, like I said last time, I'm just going to sort of pat it down. Okay, now that I'm happy with that, the only other thing that I might do is once this dries in a minute here, I'll add a couple more of these silver diamond pieces just to even out where those are. While I'm waiting for this one to dry, I'm just going to put some clear powder over my middle finger. This, I put a lot of base on this, so I think I just need some clear over top so that it will actually dry. So what I want to do on this nail is add a couple more of the diamond pieces. I'm just putting a little bit of the base on the wood stick, and then I'm just going to find some diamond pieces in here, and then I'll place it in here. I'm just going to do one more. Okay, now that one's good, I can do my pinky. It's the same. Okay, now that I feel like I have those two how I want, I will go over with the clear, similarly how I did on my middle finger. Just enough too. Yes, I'll wait for these to dry for a minute and then I will go over them with a clear dip, so that way when I do my buffing I don't buff out any of the glitter pieces. I can get that nice and smooth. Okay, now I've activated these, then I'm just going to do my buffing for the glitters here. What I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to again try to do the shaping here a little bit, and then I'm just going to go over the top of these here just to try and have everything lay flat. Once I'm done with this buffing, I will over these with the gel base and top coat, and then this is it. Okay, so now that I finished on my buffing and everything, I'm just going to do my gel base for the nails. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is the top coat here. And then actually after I do the top coat, though, what I will do is just see if there's any more final shaping I want to do. Make sure the cuticle lines are all set. And then it should be done. Okay, we'll cure this and see how it looks. Okay, so I'm all done with this. I really like how this purple complements the glitter. Yeah, so that's it. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you for watching.